Hi everyone, so today I want to talk and introduce one of the groups that I'm collaborating with, and that is the Travel Story Society. So I'm going to introduce Matthew and Cynthia. They're a travel blogging group based out of the UK, and I was invited as a guest blogger to blog on their website, and one of my topics was on mental health. And on my own blog, I also share stories, as I share with you guys on YouTube on my blog, about Shanghai, Budapest, England, and different places to travel. So, Travel Story Society, today we'll be talking a little bit about their inspiration for this website, about their goals for the future, and what they're looking to get out of these travel stories. So in the following video, they're going to talk about some of their own stories. They're going to talk about the importance of living vivaciously throughout someone else, throughout their story, especially during this difficult time of COVID-19, and even after, when the vaccine starts rolling out and we're looking for inspiration for places to go. Where do we look? Of course, we look to people who've been to those places and who know something about those places that they would like to share and give others top tips to make their experiences more memorable. Most importantly, they're going to talk about the importance of making memories on travel and a bit about their unique journey. So, if you guys are into a real treat today with their charm and their wit and their collaboration today, so I'll turn you over to Travel Story Society.
Hello. So you may not know who we are, as this is on Chelsea's channel, and we're not Chelsea. We are the founders of a group called the Travel Story Society. Now, you may have seen on some of Chelsea's social media that she has tagged us in some of her stuff, as she is a member of our society, isn't she? She is a member of our society. She was one of the first guest contributors that we had, and
she's lovely.
She is lovely.
She's the nicest person, isn't she?
Well, we've never met her.
Yeah.
We've never met her, but from an amazing social media presence and a great blog that we've read through. We love quite all of her stuff, like lots and lots of her stuff.
Yeah, we did actually watch some of her videos on YouTube as well.
I've watched most of her videos on YouTube. They're really nice. They're really nice, easy ways to like understand blogs. You know, like you sometimes get really sick of reading. And Chelsea, I'm just going to admit to you now, I haven't watched the Shanghai stuff, but it's the first thing that we're going to watch as soon as we finish that video, isn't that right?
Definitely.
Yeah, so a little bit more about us, I guess. So my name's Matty.
And I'm Cynthia.
We are a couple. If you can't tell. What are you doing with me? I don't get it. But yeah, we're a couple, and we live in the UK, and we decided to set up a travel website because we were bored during lockdown, and we're still in lockdown in the UK, basically tier 3, you know, which is basically just lockdown, isn't it?
Yeah, and we kept planning stuff to do after lockdown and after all this is over, and we were just kind of like telling stories about our own travels and planning our own future travels, and we just thought it would be kind of fun to get as many people on board to just tell their stories as well.
Yeah, we just miss hearing people's stories.
Yeah. That's essentially it.
Yeah, that's basically it. We just got bored of just hearing each other's stories the whole time, so we wanted to hear everybody else's as well. Chelsea has sent us through some questions, and the reason that we're doing it this way rather than with Chelsea is because I don't know how to edit Zoom videos, like videos so that we're all on Zoom together. So we're going to do it this way. So Chelsea has sent us these questions, and we're going to go through them, and we're going to answer them for her. And and Chelsea's going to do the same for us on our YouTube channel when it's set up. I don't know whether I've told you that, but yeah, we're setting up. Sorry, yeah, she's also going to be on our podcast, which we are releasing the first episode of next week. How exciting is that? I also
Haven't
didn't tell
told
you
me
that.
that one.
But there you go. We're releasing that next week as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Great. Shall we answer some of these questions for Chelsea? So, do you want to answer the first one? I feel like we've already gone over it, so you can answer the first one.
Is this the first one?
No, this is the first one.
Okay.
It says, "What is the Travel Story Society?"
We did answer that one, didn't we?
Well, just go on. Just tell them again. Tell them again.
We are a society that really wants to hear people's travel stories. We write some of our own blogs, and we
We write
really
lots of our own blogs.
yeah, actually we do, and we really trying to encourage people who love to travel, who just likes to people who love to write blogs, essentially, to write their own stuff and be guest writers. And yeah, we just want people to enjoy writing their blogs as well, because sometimes you don't even know how much you like to write stuff, and especially if it's stuff about you and stuff about traveling.
Yeah.
So we kind of really encourage people to just be like, hey, do you want to write something for us? And yeah, basically we just want to hear people's travel stories.
The most important part of us is the society part of it, isn't it? Like, we just want as many people who've ever thought about writing a blog, even if you don't write.
And it doesn't
blogs.
necessarily have to be, abroad. It's just about even traveling in your own country, just staying somewhere for a night, and even if it was a bad experience, if it was a good experience.
I would love to have some about some bad experiences.
Yeah.
They're always funny for us to read. I love the bad
Actually,
experience ones.
Yeah.
Shout out to Maisie Wilson's Morocco.
And it really doesn't matter what it is, because we'll still enjoy it, and people will still enjoy it, and you'll enjoy writing it as well.
Yeah, and as you say, we are more wanting just everybody to contribute.
Yeah.
We just want any old story that you've ever thought about in your entire life. We would love to just receive that. And if it doesn't go on our website, then it doesn't go on. But we've
It
shared,
probably will, though.
It 100%
It definitely will.
But we've shared a memory anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just honestly, on my way to work on the train, I just love watching reading the stuff that people send to us. It's really nice. I read Lexi's on the way to the train
And
today.
you know what's cool about it as well is that it's not just like a few people, so you get to know their writing styles, but it's just different people have different styles of writing. So kind of you don't get used to just reading kind of the same stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's great.
You just like read, and you can actually feel someone's personality through what they've
It's great.
written.
It's like, I'm finding that we're talking to people that I would just never will have spoke to before.
Yeah.
So Chelsea's from British Columbia. I don't know anybody from British Columbia. Like, I know people from Britain and Columbia.
Nice.
I know British Columbia's in Canada. Sorry, that was a terrible joke. But yeah, never have spoke to people before. So that's what we are. We're a society. We're a website where if you've ever thought about posting a blog, send it to us and give it a go. And if you like what you find by writing it, then you can start your own, and we'll definitely help you to do that. We'll share links to any website that you want. I shared a link to a mental health campaign. Had nothing to do with blogging, but my mate wanted me to link to his campaign, so we did that. So if you have any campaigns or anything that you want to share on our website, we can do that too. If you obviously you gotta write a little something for us, but apart from that, let's move on. Okay. It's my turn to answer.
What was your inspiration for starting this website?
I was bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That is
that's it. Like, my favorite part about traveling is hearing stories from other people, and obviously at the minute we're not able to travel, so thought of a way to hear some people's stories. Like, there's no replacement for sitting in a hostel with a guy.
Yeah, basically you had nothing
Yeah.
to do, and you were like, you know what would be great? I have this idea.
Yeah. And Cynthia can do all the social media for it. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Didn't
Yeah.
ask me.
No, you
Just decided.
you just have to.
No,
you
I
know.
do like it. I do like
But yeah, that was the inspiration. Basically, you had just a second lockdown of nothing to do, so thought about something that I missed, and here we are. People seem to be enjoying it so far. People are contributing, so it's nice.
And we're enjoying it because
Yeah.
we read everything, and it's really fun.
Honestly, this week of blogs coming up, I've really enjoyed. Like the first ones, I really enjoyed doing it, but I got like stressed out doing it because I was like, oh, what if they don't do well? Like, what if everybody hates it, but they're doing all right? They're doing okay. Doing all right. I mean, you can go read some more if you want. You know, make us do a bit better. But yeah, they're doing okay.
I think
They're doing great. So we've got a solid foundation now, and now we can really start enjoying it. And I've gone through. Actually, to be fair, I got.
Yeah, because we kind
There was
of
that.
know what we're doing more than.
I'd say we know what we're doing. I'd say we know what we're doing.
Kinda.
Kind of. If anybody knows how to speed websites up, get in contact with us. That's something that we need to do.
We have no idea what
we
we're
have
doing.
no idea what we're doing. There was that drunk guy on the train that meant that I couldn't read my book because my book is too blows my mind too much, so I couldn't actually focus on reading my book. So instead, I went back through and read some of the blogs, and I actually reread Chelsea's blog today on my way back from work.
That's nice.
And it's nice to read them back when I don't have to worry about, oh my god, what if Chelsea hates me because I don't get her any views.
No,
You know? I know she's too nice to do that. She's way too nice to do that, so we're not going to do that.
Go and ask me a question.
I would love for Chelsea to ask you a question right now. So Chelsea's going to live vicariously through me, and she's asking you this question. Okay, so don't shake your head at me. What do you think is the importance of travel, and how do bloggers help? That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one. I'm glad I don't have to answer it first. It's far too intelligent for me.
So the importance of travel, I think for everyone it's something different. We did mental health week.
Yeah, we did.
And I think that was a brilliant idea because
Thank you.
that actually shows that for a lot of people it has something to do with their mental health, and it's not just to, just to get away, and well, essentially it's just to get away from everything else and just be in a different kind of environment, but it goes deeper than that, than just going somewhere and relaxing, and is actually just about mentally being away from something. So that's one. And
yeah, I think, not to interrupt you, but I'm just going to jump in on that if that's all right with you. I'm going to dive straight in. Yeah, with the whole mental health thing, that's what I love about travel. Like that, it really helps me. That's all I wanted to say.
I always think as well, it's just like, it makes you feel so, for me, it makes me feel so independent when I travel somewhere I've never been to,
Yeah.
Even, like, I'm not from the UK, and when I travel in the UK, I just kind of feel proud of myself for just going somewhere.
It's very
and just,
difficult
like,
to get around. I feel proud of myself.
No, it's not that. It's just, it's just like, I've never been to this place, but I'm still gonna go by myself or with someone. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna be proud of just dealing with whatever that brings.
Yeah.
Because anything can happen when you travel.
Anything can happen when you travel.
And you're forced to deal with that situation. So I think you can make yourself really proud when you go traveling, and even if like you don't have to deal with anything, you're just chilling and everything's fine. It's just like, it's still you've accomplished something. I always think you've accomplished something.
That's a good one. Also, to go see really cool stuff.
Yes, and meet new people.
Meet new people. They're the cliche ones, like go see cool stuff. It's the coolest thing.
Yeah,
coolest
food,
thing you can find.
all of that.
Food.
Yeah.
Food.
I also like to do a lot of walking.
Cool.
I do.
Cool.
think it's cool.
Food.
Because you notice things more when
Yeah.
you walk, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I just bought an electric scooter, so I'm not really walking
You're one
anywhere
of
anymore.
those people.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
No, I'm
Because
joking,
I'm a
but
big baller, you know. I'm just got on my electric scooter, just
but
gliding away.
I just think if you walk to places,
Yeah.
you kind of pay attention more.
I think getting lost, like I get lost when I walk, and when I travel, like in the day-to-day life, that is a real chew. But when you're traveling, so best example of that, Venice, because if you get lost in Venice, you can actually find Venice rather than find loads of American tourists. You know, you can actually find like like there's parts of Venice that are like the Rialto Bridge and stuff, which looks amazing.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like looks insane, like looks incredible. But we'll go to Venice, I promise.
Okay.
But like the Rialto Bridge looks really cool. But then
everything will make sense then.
yeah. But then if you walk off and you get lost, then you find like little
Yeah.
Cicchetti places, you know?
Yeah,
Little-
I know what you mean. Because the
little
best
Cicchetti
things
places, little
happen when
restaurants.
you haven't planned, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Haven't planned stuff.
Tell them, you know? And you were meant to be saying how do bloggers help, which is actually really important to our website.
It is.
How do bloggers help you when you
I think it's just
when
like
you travel?
when you want to read something about a place, and you just go find a blog, don't you? That's just what you do if you want to prepare yourself for your travel.
Yeah, I would say
You just
the
you're
top
just
tip
like,
stuff.
oh yeah, I wanna, you know.
Yeah, the top tip stuff is great, and I love the top tip blogs that we get. They're
Yeah.
awesome because a lot of the time I'm just clueless. Like my stories, if you go read some of my ones, you can tell that I have no idea what I'm doing. You know, like if you go read my blogs, you can tell that when I go traveling, I have no clue what I'm doing. So like having the top tips, really helps me. But then also another way how bloggers help is like if we're in
Or
a
like
time
you
like
haven't
this.
you're not alone in this situation.
Yeah.
Like you read a blog and you're like, oh yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
And
if
maybe you just get like tips and advice, and that's always good because then you don't have to worry about things that much. You know?
But if you're in a time like this, you have like a way to live vicariously through the people who are.
Yeah.
So I watch a lot of Naz Daily, and Naz Daily, like especially when he was doing his like 1 minute every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1 minute. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. You know, they were great because like I was doing university during the time he was doing that, so I couldn't go anywhere. But I was living like vicariously through him, you know. So you like sit there and you read their blogs, and you're like, oh yeah, I totally want to travel there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel their story, you know. And they're my favorite blogs to read as well,
Yeah.
like the story ones where you can be like, yes, that is a really cool place to be.
And if you write a story as well, I think writing helps because the first blog I wrote was about Shenzhen, and in my head,
That was a very tasty one.
yeah, it was a foodie one.
Foodie on tour.
Yeah, and in my mind, I didn't really enjoy that. I didn't really enjoy being in Shenzhen and traveling to Shenzhen. But then when I kind of looked back on it and started writing about it, I was like, you know what? It actually wasn't that bad at all. Because there's always like when you try and write it as a story, you kind of look at it differently, I think.
Yeah, I like
And
it.
for me, it was like, you know what? I actually really like
That's a good
that.
one. Plus, I have a terrible memory.
Yeah.
Having a terrible memory is like writing
And
blogs.
that is why
great.
you should write blogs.
Writing blogs really helps your memory. Like the one that I did on Yangshuo, I forgot half the stuff that we did there, and as I was writing it, I was like, something definitely happened here, like because we can't have jumped from that to that. And then I remembered what happened, and now it's on the website, and I'll always have that memory saved somewhere.
Yeah, it is.
So if you want to become a travel blogger, then it helps you love your travel stories too. Great.
Okay,
Ask me a question.
I'm asking you a question. What can readers gain from reading blogs from Travel Story Society?
I feel like we've just done that one.
Yeah.
I feel like we did that one. You can.
I feel like
can
we just
gain-
ramble.
Yeah, but our
So-
blogs don't. Yeah.
So you
No,
can't
I
just
feel like we
answer
ramble
them
so-
without actually.
Yeah, but we'll do a quick summary of that one then. We'll say gainers, readers can gain knowledge from our blogs.
Readers are gainers.
People looking
Yeah.
for gains, yeah. Gainers. Readers can wow. Readers can gain knowledge from our blogs about the places that they may want to go to. We have a lot of top tips on there. We have a lot of stuff just about general stories. So if you're bored and you love a story, then we've got some great ones. May I recommend You Weren't There Man about Maisie's trip.
Yes, that was
Maisie's
that was
trip
such a good
motorcycling
one.
through Vietnam, or Pura Vida, which is a self-plug, which is about my trip helping orphans in Costa Rica. And
You can read blogs about moving to different countries as well, and
That's a
how
good
like
one.
people dealt with that. So it's not just like
got a few of those
about
up there now.
traveling, it's about just migrating.
We've got a few of those.
Yeah.
And you can also, on our blog, we have so many different writers that you're bound to find somebody that's like writes on your level and like is in your situation, not like writes on your level, like not
Yeah.
calling you stupid, but like writes in a way that you like, you know.
One of my favorite ones is like the one about Australia, like
The Real Australia.
the real
that's good.
Australia, which is like an
That's a good one.
insight from
Shout out the anonymous Aussie.
an insight from an Australian's point of view of how
Yeah.
tourists see.
They're great ones.
I love those. I love
Anyone's
those kinds
that
of blogs.
anybody from like if you want to write a blog about the tips to traveling around your own
Yeah, you
country,
can
then
just
they're
write
the
about your own
best.
country.
We love those ones.
Yeah.
We love those ones. You did a good one about being trapped in the UK.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one to read. Yes, so there's bound to be something about an experience that you like, just because we have so many different writers writing for us at any one time. We've got a few new ones that I'm excited about as well. Chelsea's going to write for us again.
Oh,
Just
okay.
letting you know, Chelsea, you're writing for us again. Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What are your plans for Travel Story Society in the future?
I feel like that's more of a you question.
Get big, make money.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. Well, yeah, hopefully. You know.
What are the
So the
plans,
plans are we're gonna
need to
be making a YouTube channel. We're gonna be doing a podcast, which is I'm excited about the podcast. I think the pod is what I'm most excited
Yeah,
for.
me too.
This is near future stuff.
Because as you can tell, we just really like to talk.
Yeah, so the podcast is going to be me and Cynthia hosting a podcast and getting one of our guests on, somebody who's written a blog for us before, or
Just
one of my
generally
mates.
really
Probably.
interesting.
Chelsea will probably be on it once I work out how to edit Zooms.
Yeah, and just like generally interesting people who have a travel story.
I've got somebody called who does a great website, and his website has just really taken off recently. We've just started corresponding. We are only 3 weeks old, by the way. Like, we've not been around for ages, so like our success is minimal, but we've just been around a short time, so we're doing well. But he's called Travel with Cookie, and he said he wants to do a podcast with us.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's a really cool. He has a really cool website. He's a really cool guy.
I can't wait to see new people. I'm sick of this lockdown.
And Chelsea wants to do the podcast with us, and she actually said that. I'm not just telling you that she said that, but Chelsea wants to do the podcast with us. So yeah, we've got a podcast coming up. YouTube channel is going to be a bit of a mishmash of everything. A few cooking shows on there, you know.
We'll see what.
I'm gonna cook my
Yes,
favorite
yeah.
foods from around the world. That's one series that's definitely going to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we get to travel again, then we'll definitely lean more into the YouTube-y stuff. What are the long-reaching plans for Travel Story
knows?
Society? Who knows?
No one knows.
No one knows. We'll see where it goes.
We'll see where it goes.
My long-reaching views are just get as many people.
Yeah, because
involved as we can.
that's what we just want to do.
It's the middle
We just want
story is literally
blogs and
our middle
something
name.
to read, and we want people to enjoy themselves whilst
Yeah,
they're
that's
writing
what
them as well.
that's what we
and
want the most.
We want to read them, and we just want it's just Travel Story Society, you know. Like,
We just want loads.
build
We just want
society,
loads of
community.
people to contribute stories to us. We just want as many as we can. That'd be great, and we would love to meet the people that write for us. Now that there we go. That's
That's a good one.
the goal for the future.
That's a good
We
one.
are going to meet everybody that writes a blog for us if they want us to.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not just going to find them and show up at their house. But if we're ever in the same area, like if they're ever in the UK, we'll head straight to go meet them.
Yeah.
If we're ever just in the same country for some reason, we'll try our best to meet anybody who's written a blog for us. I would love to meet them all. That'd be amazing.
That'd be
That's
fun.
that's the goal. That's the goal for the
agree.
future. Or get rich, make money. There.
Right. Next question.
So this is a nice little round off
Okay.
from Chelsea. I like this. You can do the quote and I'll do the story. So
no, maybe the other way around.
the question is
Oh.
favorite travel quote or short story. If you have a short story that's straight in mind, I've got a quote.
Okay. What's
Yeah?
your quote?
I always love the travel quote, not all who wander are lost. I always like that one. I always
Yeah.
like that one. Yeah, I do. Just because it's like you're like walking around, you're wondering, but you know what you're wondering about for, you know? It's just like getting lost in every city, but you're getting lost on purpose. Yeah, that's a good one. Story?
I feel like you're better telling stories.
No, come on, tell your favourite short story. Or do you have a quote?
I have to think. I'm bad at these situations where I have to think on my feet.
You must have one. Favourite short story?
Favorite short story.
Well, I've got one.
Okay, go on.
You were there for it. It's for stealing a raft in China. Go on, you tell that story.
Because it was my birthday.
It was your birthday.
It's my 20th birthday in China. And so basically we were teaching in China and we had to teach every day. But then like Saturday and Sunday was off and my birthday
So we didn't have to teach every day, but yeah,
like every weekday.
every weekday.
And my birthday happened to be on Saturday
Sunday.
or Sunday.
Sunday. I
And,
remember because Wales were playing England and they were.
Yeah, of course, that's why I remember it. And it happened to be on Sunday, and we usually went to like really nice places to just walk around. see
Yeah,
some-
like the school
climb
put
some-
on a.
climb
The
some
school put on a.
mountains. Climb some mountains, and
The school would put on like a trip.
yeah,
Yeah.
every weekend. And so for my birthday, they just decided to take us on this beautiful river, and there are like quite a few mountains in the distance as well. And what we did was we had lunch next to the river.
Yeah. Bamboo
like-
rice.
Bamboo. It was like
It was like
rice
weird-
cooked in a bamboo.
It's like a Chinese risotto, but cooked in a bamboo
Yeah.
leaf.
We missed a fight between two restaurant owners
Yeah, that's because
That's
we
what
were
it is.
doing.
because we were actually. Come on, what were we doing?
We were swimming in the river, and me and our American friend Cyrus got a bit bored of swimming, and we may have spotted a bamboo raft on the banks of the river and decided it would be okay if we borrowed it. We were only going to borrow it for like 10 minutes. So we borrowed the bamboo raft and then we all got on it. Like me, you, Silas,
Yeah,
Georgia, Jamie.
George, Jamie.
Shout out to all these people. If you all see this, we love you and we miss you. Yeah, we jumped on this raft and then just started sailing it about down the river, you know?
One of the Chinese teachers who noticed that, she's like, "Come back,
Silas, come back.
You can't do that."
Yeah.
Can't
we
just take things.
we definitely shouldn't have done that. But fun and good
he-
story
and he just got out of this argument with this other restaurant owner, which
Yeah.
I thought was even funnier because it was like one thing on top of
Yeah,
another for him.
But the guy whose raft it was, he was fine.
yeah,
The guy whose raft it was, he was okay. He found the whole situation quite funny. So we didn't really do anything wrong. But yeah, that was a fun story, and it happened on your birthday, which makes it
Yeah.
extra special for us. And yeah, I think that's it. I think we should wrap this up. We've taken enough of these poor people's time.
We have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. We really love doing this. We're going to do more of this kind of stuff. Please follow Chelsea's stuff. She's amazing and she does great stuff. Not more importantly, go follow our stuff. We are the Travel Story Society. www.travelstoriesociety.com. So go follow some of our stuff. Share some of our stuff. Instagram, Facebook.
Or just message us.
Just messages.
We just like people
Just
message
drop us a DM on Instagram. Follow all of Chelsea's stuff, and thank you very much, Chelsea, for asking us these questions. It's been an enjoyable experience.
I know.
Yeah.
It
We'd
has.
love to do. We're gonna do the same. We'll send you over some questions. Yeah.
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 Bye.
Bye. Ciao. Ciao.